Thank you. And I will start with showing a result from our annual client survey, which shows horizontally the short-term challenges, vertically mid-term challenges. What we see in the upper right corner, it means a challenge both short and mid-term, is quality, efficiency, competence. We see a lot of other dots which relate to topics such as innovation, digital transformation, etc. But what this upper right corner really tells us is that we approach a vicious circle of, on the one side, cost pressure. That's what we label the efficiency. A lack of competence is still in the technology domain. And with this lack of competence and cost pressure, insufficient focus on having the right amount of resources for innovation and quality. Now, not having this means rework and waste, as we call also in the Agile world, and that creates indeed an initial cost pressure and more need for capacity, and that's why it's a vicious circle which we currently face in the industry, appearing since a few months, but it's now really a critical topic approaching the 2020s, and for that reason, very important to not only focus on delivering content, but also having the right processes to do that efficiently. And that's the focus on this presentation, looking into Agile scaling, and then also showing what it means. From a technology perspective, we see these days across industries a focus on what we call ACES. ACES means autonomy, connectivity, ecology, and services. Independent where you look, is it industrial automation, is it aerospace, it is automotive, is it IT? We have a growing approach towards autonomous functions. We have connected services in all domains. We have connected devices. We have the Internet of Things. We have at the same time also a strong push towards ecology. That means, for instance, new powertrain concepts in the automotive sector, and of course also green IT as a consequence. And we have an increasing move from classic products into service-driven products. That means what we call a smartphone-like adaptive and flexible delivery of software. At the same time, liability is increasing, such as cybersecurity, and that means in engineering, on one side, a mega trend, which is a convergence of classic IT and embedded, and at the same time, the introduction of service-oriented architectures, together with new challenges which come from autonomous functions, such as machine learning, such as the SOTIF, which is the safety of the intended functionality. All these autonomous machines, all these autonomous different agents have an increasing amount on safety, functional safety risks. Think about medical, think about remote surgery, think about robot cars, robot trucks, and all this needs to have managed, and that is also a focus which we have with Agile innovation, that whatever we do in an Agile way would not be on the level of classic Agile application development, but much more that we facilitate on the one side what we call continuous X, that is continuous delivery deployment, but at the same time also ensuring a high level of quality, as I've pointed out in this previous chart on our customer survey. Now, in moving forward into agility, we see also that challenges occur from going from a traditional approach, which was one system or one product, one engineering discipline, one location or several locations with a distributed team. We have today multi-team ecosystems, and we have an increasing amount of very different disciplines, not only IT, but also engineering disciplines who develop the respective products. And Agile needs to scale for these critical systems in terms of business, in terms of people, in terms of the process, and in terms of technology. And I will show in this presentation what it really means. On the first view, Agile always appears straightforward. I mean, it had been for long practiced. We saw it since the beginning of the 90s. Microsoft being one of the inventors of Agile, long before the Agile Manifesto, they had continuous build, they had increments, they had a daily smoke test. So a lot of these practices came actually from companies such as Microsoft and were later on pushed forward into the IT domain. At the same time, we also see that there is a quite interesting pattern which is about 1/4 of the companies really work in an agile mode. Another quarter is what we call startups, and startups by definition would be agile. So about 50% really work today in an agile approach. The other half is more challenging because we see still a quarter which is in a classic bureaucratic mode, and what is most maybe worse, that one other quarter is what we call trapped in change. That means continuously trying to move forward but not really able to escape. And throughout this year, I've often heard customers saying, well, we are agile, we don't need any more traceability. We are agile, we don't need any more all this overhead with specifications. That is a topic which we consider, which we see very seriously, because it means that often agile is perceived as a throwing away process. And that is a very big risk, because agile has never been intended to have no process. In fact, starting with the Agile Manifesto, it was very clear that there are a need for process. It was just a different setup of the processes. And if you look towards the current framework hype, which we see in Agile, such as Scrum or Scrum Less or Safe, we also see companies which clearly say, well, we don't move forward. We have now replaced the classic CMMI, which was creating big and heavy processes, with Safe, which is creating big and heavy processes. Now, that's true for the matter that all these frameworks always, first of all, serve the purpose to have some sort of orchestrated processes. And not doing it well always means that you have rather more bureaucracy than less bureaucracy. But what we really have to underline is that agility needs scaling, but there's certainly no scaling out of the book, no scaling out of the, say, big framework. And we should rather use agility in a way that allows that we think which of the different agile pieces, be it, for instance, a continuous X, be it, for instance, an agile portfolio management, or be it in the range of distributed teams, big distributed teams, an agile project setup, that we utilize specific methods in order to deliver an agile way. And that is the big challenge, because otherwise we really go from one bureaucracy to the next bureaucracy. So the first important statement is that Agile must scale for what we call the real industry need. That is, starting on the upper left corner, is business. We have to deliver value. I mean, that is one of the key Agile principles that which are portrayed in the middle of this picture. It's not only about flexibility and speed. It's about new ecosystems, new supply chains, and that connects very closely with a second important factor, which is people, which means that we have to focus on delivery-oriented, empowered teams. Any agile build, any agile process towards...
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.